Larry King is one of the most widely recognized broadcast and radio journalists in American news. With a career spanning nearly 60 years, the iconic talk show host became a household name with his Larry King Live program on CNN. Today, he's still at it, interviewing famous faces on the cable station Russia Today and online at OraTV. The self-described Superjew took time out of his busy schedule to talk to JN1's Jordana about his life, thoughts on Jews in America, and the problems facing Israel.
I always wanted to be a broadcaster. I always wanted to be in radio, and knocked around a bunch of odd jobs, never went to college, and managed to do pretty well. And the Jewish effect on me was I was bar mitzvahed, and it wasn't a big bar mitzvah. It was held right in the synagogue. We had the party in the synagogue. There was no lavish affair. There were no bat mitzvahs then. I have just a younger brother. I had a brother that died before I was born, who was 6 years old. So Jewish values were inculcated in me very early. I'm not a very religious person. Like, I'm not religious at all. But I'm very Jewish in all other aspects. Jewish food, Jewish culture, Jewish flavor, Jewish humor. I like the Jewish concept. I like the emphasis on education, the importance of family. So all those values were instilled in me. We had a kosher home. So I'm Superjew.
Larry King was born Lawrence Zeiger in Brooklyn to a family of Orthodox Jewish immigrants from Europe. His father died when he was only 9, making his early years difficult. His mother relied on welfare for 2 years to care for her 2 sons. King never attended college, but that didn't hold him back from his dreams. King believes his Jewish heritage helped him succeed in the media business.
I think being Jewish added to my ability to communicate. Jews are very good at that. They're certainly very good in the humor department, Jewish playwrights. Many Jews have won Nobel Peace Prizes and many awards in the writing area, and Peabodys and Pulitzers. And Jews are I don't know, I guess it's in the DNA to be expressive, to use your hands, to talk a lot, very good writers, very good spokespeople. It's very rare that you meet, it's hard to put it in that wide a compass, a very shy Jewish person. I don't know any shy Jewish people.
Many Jews helped start the movie business in Los Angeles, what we all refer to today as Hollywood. King believes it was because Jews had such a hard time breaking into other fields where they were not welcome in the early decades of the 20th century.
Jews came over, came to settle mostly in New York, couldn't get into banking. If they went west, they couldn't get into oil. They didn't get into law schools, so they had to find other things. The Jews in New York invented the little Vitaphone machines where you saw moving pictures, and they invented the movies. The Goldwyns and the Mayers all came out here, and so they invented Hollywood, invented Beverly Hills, because it was a place for the Jew to enter. Now, of course, Jews are in banking, and Jews are, I don't know if there's any Jews in oil, maybe there are, but the Jews were part of the nature of raising what is the Hollywood of today. Now, of course, Hollywood's very diverse, but the Jewish culture was very important.
Regarding the future of Jews in America, King said he understands that there are some real concerns, but he is nonetheless optimistic.
Well, the big fear is I'm part of the worry because I created part of the worry, I guess, is assimilation. I married a Mormon. I have 2 young boys, and since I don't have religious beliefs, they're being raised Mormon because they want to have, my wife wants them to have values. And she instilled, there are many, Jews and Mormons have some things in common, one of which is the importance of family, and they're really into that, But they go to services and the like. But the big Jewish fear is, especially the Orthodox Jew, fear is assimilation, that if the Jews intermarry too much, but they're never going to disappear. And my boys, while they go to religious schools as Mormons and they go to church, they're very Jewish in many other aspects. They like the food, they like the culture. So we'll never disappear. We'll never disappear.
When it comes to Israel, King says it's one of his favorite places to visit. The conflict in the Middle East is one he's covered extensively during his long career, discussing it with American presidents, world leaders, as well as the Israelis and Palestinians. He still describes the conflict as mind-boggling. King was clear that he does not support violence in any form.
I found very ties between the Jews and the Palestinians. I hate the fighting. I hate the constant deliberate. I have feel very strongly about Israel, but I feel very strong. I'm very strongly anti-war. I hate people killing people. I don't understand it. It's the stupidest way to settle a dispute. War is idiotic. People killing people, suicide bombers, people raised in hate. I hate, if it's possible to say that. So I have a close affinity. Bill Clinton told me once that the Middle East situation is almost insoluble. It's just because it's family. It's religious. It's the land. They're fighting over the land. So I feel very sad about the whole situation. I'm saddened by it.
King's career has garnered him widespread critical acclaim and numerous broadcasting honors, including 2 Peabody Awards and 10 Cable Ace Awards. He has also been inducted into the Halls of Fame for both radio and broadcasting. But despite having such a high-profile career that exposed him to all kinds of people, the media icon says he's never personally been the victim of anti-Semitism. For that, he realizes he's been fortunate.
True Detective is a little sleepy.